Hello, hello, sweet YouTube fans. How are you? Well, are you ready for swinging? That's what I want to talk about today. So many people have shown interest, to have interest in the idea of swinging and partners connecting that way, or partners going out and trying something different, exploring. And the idea of swinging sounds so cool and fun. I guess that's what we're all thinking, right? So I want to talk a little bit about, are you ready for it? So comment below and let me know if you are. Are you ready for swinging? Swinging with your partner. Okay. Now, my name is Leanna Walden. I am a international sex and relationship coach. I work with couples and singles, and I work outside the box, trying to find a place for your relationship, for your sexual connection that is just for you guys, just for you. Everybody's different. Everybody's unique. Everybody comes with different desires, and everybody in a relationship needs something different. So I'm here to help you find that, relocate it, and to move in that direction of a more blissful sexual life. So swinging. Now, what is swinging? Swinging is when you and your partner bring in other people into the sexual realm where you mate. Maybe it's a threesome, maybe it's going into parties, maybe it's going as a couple with other couples, maybe it's going to some kind of clubs, but it's having sex with other people, being non-monogamous. Are you ready for that? It's a scary thing for many people, but also a thrilling idea for many people, that, wow, we could have sex with all sorts of people. So are you ready? Are you and your partner actually ready for that? Are you ready to go? Are you ready to try it? Are you ready to move in that direction, you and your partner? Most people are never ready. Some people can have the good conversations and sit down and talk about it, and that's where you start. Before even the swinging comes, can you talk to your partner about sex? Can you tell them about your desires? Can you tell them about your fantasies? Can you get into that? Really tell them the kind of things that you would like to try, that you've always wanted to do sexually. Can you? Let me hear you comment below about that. Can you talk about your sexual fantasies with your partner? Are you comfortable with your body? You. I'm talking about you individually. Let's just get into this. Before you even go to your partner and have the conversation, and you're the one who's been thinking, yeah, I want to do it. I think it would be really fun. I think this would be exciting for me. Are you personally ready to talk about it? Are you comfortable with your body that you can get naked in front of other people? And are you comfortable enough that your partner can get naked in front of other people and have sex with other people? There's some questions to ask, to think about. And I'm going to list some questions below for you to think about, that you could then have a conversation with your partner. So check in my description below with some questions, that if you're ready to have that conversation, you've always been thinking about it, it's something you would really like to do, or maybe you've started to talk about it a little bit, go to my description, questions below that will help get the conversation going, okay? Expand the conversation into the possibility of actually trying it. So you don't have to be a certain kind of person. You don't have to be a certain age. You don't have to be a certain race or certain, you don't have to have a certain body type. Anybody can enter into the realm of swinging. As long as you have, if you're in a relationship, as long as you have a partnership where you are both consensual, you're both ready to take the step. That's basically all you need. I'm talking about relationships, not necessarily about a single person. But even if you're single, it doesn't matter what you look like, what your age is. If you're ready, if you're open enough, you can start swinging, okay? And what does that mean, though? I mean, it's a really taboo word, right? People get kind of nervous about the idea of swinging and sex. And people that are in the swinging community, whether it be in clubs or parties or smaller groups or whatever, are usually much more open and expanded minded people, much more consciously expanded to a certain extent, because already they're expanded about what sex means. They're expanded to allow themselves to try something different, try something, unique within their own sexual experience. And when I say expanded, I mean that they have a more open mind, that you're, you want to move beyond just the regular kind of connection that you have sexually. You like to try something different. You're a bit of an explorer. You're interested in just finding out what else is out there in the world, right? What else is out there? What else is possible? And so when you as a partner, you and your partner, are in that space, then having that conversation is really good. What are you interested in, and what gets you turned on, what gets you excited, what would you like to try, what direction would you like to go, what would you like to do as a first step? So this leads me into, are you ready for swinging? It's a big world, this swinging world, and you don't have to go from 0 to 100 immediately. You take it a little step at a time, right? You have a nice discussion. You find out where each other sits. And then you just decide, what's the first step, babe, that we're going to take? What's the first thing that we're going to try together? And I would suggest at this point, if you've not been in a room with people that are having sex, you haven't been in the same room with other people and watching people have sex and just being in that environment, that's where you start. You don't have to have sex at all. You can just be in a situation where other people are having sex. Maybe it's at a party. Maybe it's you get together with a couple and you have same room sex. So you're having sex in the same room as that person, but you're not actually connecting sexually with those people. Just go into an environment where you can watch others having sex. Okay, now there's a lot of clubs. Usually every city has some kind of a sex club, and a sex club sounds scary. Yes, I know, and maybe I'll talk about that another time. But are you and your partner willing to take the risk and go and see what it's like to enter into a sex club? And you don't have to go and have sex with anybody else. You just go and watch, go and learn, go and look and see what people are doing. Go and talk to people about their experiences, about what they do, and start talking about sex with strangers. So I can actually even put that point before go to a sex club. Start talking about sex with strangers. And if you go to a sex club, you can just go there and talk to people about sex. You don't have to actually have sex. So that's my point about talking about sex with strangers. Get together with other couples that you know and talk about sex. Can you do that? Are you comfortable with other people in the room just talking about sex? Okay. The next layer would be comfortable with other people in the room having sex. So there's some steps you can take to get yourself prepared to see if this is something that you could actually then move forward into. You take the step-by-step process. Hey, you might be the kind of person that's ready just to dive in. Let's go, babe, we're gonna go to a swinging club. Yeah, let's go do it. And you go and you dive in, but likely not. Not many people are in that place. Most people need just to take some time, take some steps, go into a place where they feel safe, where they feel that they're not being threatened, where they feel they have the control. And if you go to a sex club, you have full and 100% control, okay? Or maybe it's a sexy party. There's lots of possibilities with that. There's one out of Vancouver, Into the Lifestyle, is an online connection online connection app website that you can connect with people that know what's going on. There's something else I will post below as well. There's an organization called and I can't just remember the name of it at this very moment, but I'll post it below, where they have events for couples that want to explore sexually, and they're really gentle. They really, look for these gentle places where they can lead you in. You can ask them questions they can ask them questions. Always, any of these sex clubs too, you can call and ask all sorts of questions before you go. You can find out if it's for you, if you're going to feel comfortable there. But even if you do all that research, you can always go and just not participate and just be a voyeur, see how you feel. And once you take the step, then go back with your partner and talk about it. What did you think? How do you feel? What do you want to do next? You know, if you're not comfortable, you don't have to do anything. If you're like, well, that was kind of fun and exciting, yeah, we want to do more, then you can take the next step, right? And maybe the next time you go to a club, you will create the boundary of, well, we're just going to play together, and let's look for one person to come and join us, or create some kind of structure, boundary before you enter into any kind of a sex club, so that you both feel secure and comfortable and know that one is not going to just run off and go wild. You really have to come together and be on the same page, right? Before you go into the club. Because once you get in, there's a lot of energy moving around. There's a lot of stuff going on. Some clubs have different rooms with different things happening, and you want to be clear with your partner what you're going to do before you go into these places. There's also a lot of away retreats or vacation type retreats that you can go to, where you're completely away from your own city. You're thrown into a resort of some sort, and you can then go. If you go for a week or 2 weeks, you can just take it gently and slowly. Usually they actually even have workshops. Sometimes there's always people you can talk to. So if it's something you and your partner are interested in, or you're interested in, start talking about it, right? Start asking questions, start finding out what people are doing. And this may be a place, this video, where we can start talking a little bit more about it. Ask some questions about things that you have concerns about, or questions about what might be going on, or what you have to prepare for. Okay, so below in the comments, get the questions going. I would love to hear from you. Also, check my description again. I'm going to have some questions for you to talk about with your partner. And swinging is just a fun adult playground, the sensual playground, I call it, for adults, the pleasure playground that you go into with your partner to try something different and new and unique. And it may be for you, it may not be for you, but until you actually take some steps, you will not know. So give it a try. And if you'd like some help, contact me. All right, I'll see you next week. Much love making.